Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. All right, rock stars, before I get started, I had a request from a rock star who asked me to shout him out. Congratulations to you. Kimberly, I believe it is. It could be Kimberly. It may be Shimberly. It's spelled with a CH, but it could be like Kim, like chemical. So I'm not quite sure which way it is, but they'll know what it is. Congratulations to you getting your master's degree. I know that it is not an easy feat, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work and dedication. So congratulations to you, rock stars. Give a old shout out to Shimberly Kimberly. All right, and let's get to the gossip. All right, rock stars. So first story up today. You guys already know. I think that we are all tired of it because it has gone on literally all week. So apparently both Monique and DL Hughley were going to perform at the Comedy Explosion show at the Fox Theater in Detroit, Michigan. And apparently there was some sort of mix-up in who would be headlining this event. Nobody is privy to what happens before someone gets on the stage, unless you're backstage. When you buy your ticket as a concert goer, comedy show goer, movie goer, I mean, when you buy a ticket to attend somewhere, you expect to get the services that you that you purchased the ticket under. Well, apparently Monique was very upset when she got onto the stage because she had issue with DL Hughley. Now, I saw the clip of her basically just going off really, really bad on DL Hughley, pissed off at him. I mean, talking about him, talking about his family. I mean, just really ripping him a new asshole. And I was like, what happened? Now, we do know that DL Hughley sometimes can be an asshole. So I was like, I'm gonna reserve my comment until I kind of know the full story. But when I tell you she went on a rant, if I was in that audience, I would have been pissed. It's just like, get on with the comedy, girl. This ain't what we came here for. But apparently after she finished her set, the people were appreciative of what she did. And when she left, then DL Hughley got on stage as the closer and the headliner for the show and did his set. Okay. Now, as you can imagine, I'm sure that was probably a very uncomfortable situation. I mean, she basically warmed up the audience to be super pissed off at DL Hughley. I would have been mad if I was him, but you a professional, the show must go on. You got to do what you got paid for. You're under contract. You cannot, so he had to do what he had to do. But yeah, not an ideal situation. So over the week, I'm not going to go back and forth with this. The discussion has been about the contract. Who had the legitimate contract where it said that either Monique would be the headliner or DL Hughley would be the headliner? He said the contract said that he was going to be the headliner. To me, that seems like that would be that would make the most sense, considering that DL Hughley, say what you want to say about Monique's career, and this is not me trying to slight her career, what she's been able to achieve in anything, but I think that DL Hughley is the bigger name. I'm sorry, just sue me, okay? Not to say that Monique doesn't have a name herself. I just think that he's the bigger name. He has been the one that's been around consistently, okay? I won't say the longest because they've been around the same amount of time probably, but she had her time where she was kind of blackballed, not kind of, but that's what happened. And so she wasn't working like that, so yeah, I figured that he would be the headliner. He provided some sort of amended contract or something. Then Monique came out and provided her own contract that was, I guess, drawn up by her daddy, okay, also known as her husband. Still bothers me that she calls that man daddy. But child, to each his own. Okay, what you do in your house. But child, you know. So anyway, her daddy was the one that drew up, I guess, the contract. I think the bottom line here is we haven't still seen a contract where everybody signed, you know, the parties all signed one contract, and it was specifically understood, you know, who was going at what time. I think that Monique thought that she was going last. I think that DL Hughley thought that he was going last. I think the promoter did not make it clear to anybody. I think maybe the promoter did enforce it once they got to the concert and was like, no, it's on DL. Monique was mad about that. Okay, this is basically what DL Hughley has said, that according to the promoter, DL was the headliner. He was the person to close out the show. She was late to the show and tried to stall basically so that DL would go ahead of her and then she would close it out. But it didn't work. The promoter made her get out there. She was mad about it. That's why she went on the rant. Then DL went out there afterwards and did what he had to do. He said he never spoke with Monique. He never, and he said against his better judgment, he decided to give her a chance. Those were his words, by doing this show with her. But, he said that he knew better. All of the people that she's been at odds with, when you start really tallying up the names, and it's plenty of people, he feels like Monique is the common denominator and she is the problem. Now, if you go on Monique's side, Monique, I know she went live yesterday. I didn't watch the live, you guys. I'm just kind of over it. But in the live, apparently, she said that, amongst other things, that she had planned on having this confrontation with DL before even the contract situation came up, because she has known over the years that DL has said some negative things about her. So she had a bone to pick. And she chose that night to pick the bone, unprofessionally so, and kind of use her professional, the problems that she's having professionally as far as her contract is concerned, and made it personal, So I think that this whole issue is really on the promoter. The promoter hasn't so far come out and said anything on anybody's side. Okay, the promoter is staying pretty quiet. DL, I imagine, has said whatever he's going to say and will say nothing more about it. Contrary to Monique, I believe we will hear about this for a long time. Because you guys know, when she holds on to a grudge, when she gets started on something, honey, we don't stop hearing about it. But to me, it sounds like it's a promoter issue. That there wasn't any one specific contract that everybody knew and signed. I don't really know. Maybe there was a contract. I just don't know. Okay, what I do know is that Monique choosing to air her gripes like this is just not a good thing. She's just coming off of people, including myself, because if you guys have watched my videos from a long time ago, you guys know that I ain't had time for Monique. But as the years go on and you see that people seems like, may have learned, or maybe they have changed, or, maybe it's just time to give them another chance. Kind of, that's where I was with it, and I was happy for her, and she's working with 50 Cent and all of that. But you guys, it's just like she shoots herself in the foot every single time. And it's just sort of like, I think everybody now is just tired. We don't give a fuck what the truth is. We tired. Because why we got to be all in all of this, okay? Especially over contract dispute. But then she's, when she gets on her live and she says that it's a 26-year gripe that she's had, with DL Hughley, and after he came over to the house and all of that, I'm just like, oh my God, girl. Really? And then, like DL Hughley says, she will definitely use her status as a woman, for one, as a black woman, for another, Those are always buzzwords that's going to get our attention, because we as Black women, we tired of being taken advantage of and treated wrong any fucking way. So that's usually a good way for her to try to get the Black women on her side, you know. But I'm, you know, if it comes to this Black woman here, you know, love Mo to death and all of that, but I'm over it. I'm tired. I would like to see Monique work. Okay, be on her TV show that she's going to be on her comedy circuit, learn how not to bring her personal stuff and issues, and even as professional when it comes to a contract, onto the stage. Okay, if you had an issue with DL Hughley, you needed to talk to DL Hughley. Okay, but bringing it to the stage, and prematurely so, because before we can get all of this fixed or looked at, you know, if you would have sat down with the promoter and DL at the table, or had your husband, your daddy, sit down at the table with the promoter and DL's manager or whatever, and they could have kind of figured out what the issue was, then that would have been one thing. But bringing everybody into it, making people force people to choose sides, it's just, we are over it. I don't want to be on anybody's side. I just want Monique to work. I want her to make her money, take care of her family, do what she was born to do. I think that she is a funny comedian. You know, I think she's funny. I think she's a good actress. She's a funny actress, you know? And, but she can be serious when she needs to. But it's just like, girl, this too fucking much. We is over it. We is tired. We don't want to be in y'all business no more. Now, I know there's plenty of you guys who won't agree with me and will say that, you know, she needs to be able to be heard and all that. I'm not trying to make Monique be quiet. What I'm saying is, maybe this way of her approaching things is not the best way, and doesn't always work. I mean, it hasn't worked for her, you know. She, quite frankly, got somebody like a 50 Cent, who already is like a rebel in the entertainment industry to begin with, to give her that chance. But a lot of people are not 50 Cent, you know. And when you start making people feel like, oh, I cannot work with you because you just got too much baggage, and it's gonna be, you know, just talking yourself out of jobs, girls. It's a lot, and I'm over it. I know Jay Lee's Corner did a lot of lives and discussions about it, and I've seen Funky Geneva posted something about it today, and I've seen so many people that have been talking about it. It's definitely out there, okay? This is definitely a subject that people want to know, but as far as I'm concerned, girl, just make your money. Just make your money, Monique. That's all I want. What do you guys think? Do you think that Monique has a point? Do you think that DL Hughley has a point? Okay, tell me which side that you're on and why. All right, you guys, next story. Let's do an update on the shooting at Ross Elementary School in Texas. It seems that the Uvalde Police Department and the Uvalde Independent School District Police Force are no longer cooperating with the Texas Department of Public Safety's investigation. This comes as the police department and the school police look like they were upset that the director of DPS, Colonel Stephen McCraw, he said that in the investigation and the law enforcement's response was not right. The fact that they took all that time to go into the school, you know, they had made the decision not to go into the school because they supposedly thought that they were no longer dealing with an active shooter. They thought that the shooter had barricaded himself in the school and did not feel like the kids were in any more danger. However, you guys know, like I know, over the week, that there's been many reports that have been coming in that those kids that were in there were calling the police, calling 911, saying that they were in the room, that the man was still in there, that he was shooting people, and that they wanted to get out. And this was 40 minutes of these kids calling the school. That is a long ass time, okay? And so, of course, everybody has come down on that department and wondering why the fuck they did not go in there. We saw that police chief or whoever it is They needed to not have him be on the damn mic, you know, on the conferences that they were having. Because, you know, he said that, you know, they just thought that they were going to be hurt if they went in there, which is the job that you're sworn in to do. You're sworn in to protect and serve. Okay. You've got kids in there who are defenseless and they don't know what to do. Yeah, you have drills and everything. When you in the face of a bullet, when there's a gun being pointed at you, all that shit I would imagine would fly out the window, and especially for a child. Okay. So, the colonel, Stephen McCraw, he said in a news conference that the delay of entering the school was the wrong decision and contrary to protocol. So after he came out and said that, that's when the police departments, both the school and the city, the police department, they decided that they were not going to cooperate with the investigation any longer. If you ask me, and I work around some people that are in the police department, it sounds like it was a small town police department that was not prepared, ill-equipped, probably not trained well enough to know what to do in this situation. And they let the fear get the best of them. And that those kids, as a result, were shot down and killed when the police probably could have gone in there and stopped a lot of those kids and the 2 adults that were killed from being shot and killed. Okay. And if you go in there, yeah, I mean, it's not ideal for anybody. Nobody wants to be fighting somebody with a gun. All right. A semi-automatic rifle. Yeah. Chances are you could get hit. But like I said, you're the police. This is what you were sworn to do. You knew at some time that something like this could happen. You have the gear. You have bulletproof things. I mean, yeah, you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And I know that's easier said than done, but damn it, I didn't sign up to be a police. Okay, you did. So do your job. So it's a mess. I will imagine that there will be many, many families that will be suing that city. And Texas can be sure that they will be spending a lot of money to these families. I know it will not bring their babies back. It will not bring their loved ones back, but it's going to do something. Okay. And something is better than nothing. So that situation is just a mess. Still very heartbreaking when you watch the news and you see the people going out there to the memorials. And I mean, I'm wondering if they're going to keep the school open, because I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it is a good thing that it was the end of the school year so that these kids can get a break from there. Because, I mean, I'm sure that these kids are going to have PTSD and are going to be afraid to go. I know I would be, even as a fucking teacher, okay, as an adult, staff member. Like, who wants to even be reminded of the terror that those people faced, you know, on that day? So it's just a mess, you guys. And then, of course, I have to report on another shooting. This one was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was at a hospital complex, the Natalie Medical Building. It is a building, it's a complex of medical offices and things like that. They said hundreds of people were there. This was sometime around 5 p.m. The police got a call that there was an active shooter on the premises. Okay. The police rushed to the location. They could hear the gunshots coming from the second floor. They did go up to the second floor and they found the gunman already dead. He had self-inflicted gunshot wound, but they found that he had a semi-automatic rifle and a semi-automatic pistol. And in his open firing in that complex, ended up killing 4 people. Now, when they say it was hundreds of people, they said it was chaos, pandemonium. People was running around trying to get the hell up out of there, as you can imagine. It could have been way worse. And maybe the fact that the police did get there early enough, or maybe that man killed himself. Like, they don't even know. They haven't released the person's name, at least as of now, while I'm doing this video. It may be out by the time you guys get the video, but they didn't know who he was and they didn't have any motive or anything. So, but he was already dead. So there wasn't any longer an active situation. He may have killed himself once he realized that the police was there, and he probably was going to die anyway. Unless he was white, then they would have taken him to Burger King and took him to the police department. You guys, I just don't know what the world is coming to. I was talking to Debbie the other day, and she was talking about the end of days, and I was like, I just don't think that we're at the end of the days, but it sure will make you kind of do a little double take. You might have to break open that Bible, get down on them knees, you guys, and kind of have an understanding with the Lord God, because what the fuck is going on? What is going on? Like, you start to be to the point where you're afraid to go anywhere where there's a group of people that's surrounding you, that's gathered, because it could be anywhere. It's not even relegated to just the schools now. I mean, we got grocery stores, we got schools, we got hospitals, we have banks, post offices. People are shooting up and going crazy everywhere. So it's really it's a sad time for our nation, you guys. It really is. And they're going to have to do something about these semi-automatic pistols and rifles. There's no need for them. Those guns, and I've been at a gun range when they are shooting, when you shoot with those, the destruction that they can do in the matter of seconds, there's no need for you to have something like that. Even as a, I would think, I understand that gun collectors like to have all them kind of things, but if it is any chance of those guns getting in the wrong hands, and they just need to do without them. Okay, it just needs to be done without. That probably won't happen. So they're going to have to make it harder for people to be able to get those guns. It's just what it is, you guys. I don't want to hear guns don't kill people, people kill people. The guns don't fucking shoot them damn selves. Somebody got to be holding the gun and pulling the trigger. How hard is that to understand? So it's terrible, you guys. And prayers up for our nation, and just prayers up for all the rock stars who out there trying to do the right thing, trying to live their lives as safely as they can for themselves and their family, and have to face this kind of shit every day. I'm telling you, if I had the money, some days I just wish that I could move out the country. And that's for real. I don't even know what that would entail, but sometimes you just think about it like, what the fuck is going on here? It's craziness. So anyway, you guys, just wanted to update you on the school shooting situation. Prayers up for everybody, just everybody. You guys, please be safe out there. All right, you guys, next story. This, I actually just read this, okay? We find that Nene Leakes, even while she is suing Bravo, okay, and Andy Cohen and NBC Universal for, discrimination, it seems that she has found herself being sued, this time by the wife of her new boyfriend, NeneSued. I said it twice, and who knows if that's right. Remember, he is the designer. He has a clothing store up in North Carolina, I believe. They got together shortly after Greg Leakes had passed. Well, the wife of the new boyfriend is suing her for ruining her marriage. Okay, that's right. Malamine Timmy CEO. They're Nigerian, you guys, so please forgive me if I am my Nigerian and my African rock stars out there. If I'm fucking up these names, y'all know, charge it to the, I just don't know the pronunciation, but y'all know I'm not trying to be disrespectful. She said that she did not know that her husband was seeing Nene Leakes until Nene posted a picture of the two of them together. And she said that because of this, she suffered emotional distress, mental anguish, and loss of affection. I was reading that, I was like, loss of affection? But apparently in North Carolina, they are one of the last 7 states that let you still sue in a divorce for loss of affection. Okay, and so that's what's going on. I don't know, like, was he actively married? Not, meaning he probably was still married to her on paper, but were they still together? Had they separated? You know, what is the situation there? Was this man, you know, baby, I see you later, gave her a kiss and then went down to Atlanta and hooked up with Nene? I need to have the particulars on the story. Now, you know how it goes. Like, is that really Nene's fault? I mean, does Nene know what's going on in Mr. CO's marriage and his household? Like I said, if he was still indeed actively in the marriage, in the house with the woman, and Nene didn't know that, then, or, you know, if he tells her, no, I'm not with her anymore, like, I mean, can you sue Nene? I mean, I guess you can, because that's what sis is doing. I was just like, girl, I ain't mad, you know, but I was just like, I don't know, y'all. So my real rock star lawyers out there, I'm gonna need you to put us up on game a little bit. Let us know, you know, what exactly does she really have a case? I mean, it definitely was all over the place, and Nene has made it very clear that this is her man. You know, she is dating, that's what she says, but he seems to be the main one. You know, we're gonna see what happens there. But honey, Mallow Mind said, bitch, not too fucking day. You ain't just gonna walk off with my man without me getting a few dollars off this emotional distress and loss of affection over here. Child, I'm not laughing, because, you know, that would be embarrassing if, you know, your husband, you know, you talking to your parents and they be like, baby, I saw Neon and the seller on the internets with Nene Leakes from the Real Housewives. Do you know anything about that? You know, then you got to be like, well, you know. Yeah, that's too much. So we'll keep our eyes open and see what happens there. But yeah, Malamine ain't having it. All right, you guys, next up, the BET Awards nominations. All right, they did come on down the pike. And we see that Doja Cat, Ari Lennox, and Drake lead the nominations for the night. Doja Cat has 6 nominations. Ari Lennox and Drake tie with 4. Okay. Other than them, we have Silk Sonic, Her, Jasmine Sullivan, Future, Kanye West, Chloe from Chloe and Halle, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and Lil Baby. They all have 3 nominations. Yeah, you guys, look like it's going to be a fun-filled night. You guys know I love BET Awards. You know, I'll be reviewing it as usual. That's like one of my favorite shows to review, and we have such a good time with it. So yeah, looking forward to it. Lil Nas X was a little upset with the fact that he was not nominated, I guess in the best rapper category. But let me tell you who's all nominated in the best rapper category, and you tell me if you think that he should have been there as well. We have Drake, Future, J. Cole, Jack Harlow, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, and Lil Baby. Do you guys believe that he should have been amongst that group? Do you think that somebody in that group could have been taken out? You guys let me know. I mean, that's a pretty heavy group. I mean, if I was going to take anybody out, it would be Jack Harlow, because I don't even really know his music other than First Class, Up in the Sky. But y'all know I know Lil Nas X, though. That nigga, I got what you're looking for. Yo, that song be jamming. That's Sean B. J. I didn't even know that was Nas X till I saw him on the Grammy. So yeah, y'all let me know if you feel like he has a, you know, if he's, you know, if he has a reason to be upset. I don't think he was upset. I think he just felt like, you know, once again, he's being slighted, but I don't know. Y'all let me know. Anyway, the BET Awards will be on June 26th in Los Angeles at the Microsoft Theater, formerly the Nokia Theater, right down there by the Staples Center. Oh, it's not Staples Center any longer. What's the name of it, you guys? Y'all know the name of it. Anyway, it will be there June 26th. Once again, we will have Taraji P. Henson. She will be the host. They seem to love her as the host, and they've had her, I think this is her 3rd year doing that. Okay. And yeah, when the show comes on, like I said, I'll be reviewing. All right. So we'll see who out of those people wins the most. Congratulations to all the nominees. All right, you guys, and while we're congratulating, let's also congratulate the Lakers' new coach. Let's see what old Darvin Ham is going to do for the boys. Okay, our boys in gold and purple. Child, I'm telling you, we sure need somebody. We need somebody. You know, they got rid of old Frank. They weren't happy with Frank. Even when the Lakers had won the championship, there was some murmurs around that, you know, they wasn't happy with old Frank. So we got rid of Frank, and now we have Darvin Ham. Okay, it's a 4-year deal, and he comes from the Milwaukee Bucks as the assistant coach. And you know, they've been pretty impressed with D Ham's contributions to the coaching staff there. So I think they feel like he could make a difference at the Lakers. So, child, anything is going to be better than what we've been having, y'all. 33 wins, 49 losses last season. This is the Lakers, you guys. What? Okay, they had that team stacked and still couldn't do it, you know. So but I also think that as much as we love, you know, the boys over there, you know, everybody's getting older, and we've got younger people that's coming in, and it's just might be time, you know, to try to gather up a younger group and see what we can see. Okay. But yeah, the Lakers is just like last season was just so disappointing. You wouldn't know it though if you was just following LeBron James, because LeBron James only posted all of his like greats, all of his wins, all of his stats, and I mean, I would imagine you need to be your biggest cheerleader, but honey, LeBron act like they was winning. I guess he is winning. I just saw that they said that he's a billionaire now. I was like, okay, well, LeBron. I'm not mad at LeBron either, but yeah, so we'll see what D Ham does for the boys, and maybe we can, child, make it to the fucking conference finals anyway. We'll see, you guys, but welcome to Darvin Ham.